Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel, JPM.Cuisine. Today for you, I have a very special unboxing of the Nexus brand by Cutlery and More. This is actually the BD1N stainless steel two-piece starter set, made in China, but uses American steel. That BD1N is an American steel. All right, without further ado, let's get into this. So we've got the Nexus box. Very cool, very clean. BD1N paring knife with a tip protector. And we have a BD1N chef's knife with tip protector as well. All right, so we've got what appears to be a G10. This feels like a G10 style handle. It is completely rounded. We don't have any sort of square surfaces on it. The spine is not rounded, it is square. We have the sharp edges on both sides. We have the Nexus logos on the right hand sides of the knives. This is the 8-inch chef's knife, very traditional Gyuto style profile. And then we have the the 3.5-inch paring knife. So this comes in the combo set. All right. Starting with the paring knife, we have a 100 grams on the nose, and with the 8-inch chefs, we've got 222 grams. A little bit lighter for an 8-inch knife, and you can feel that. It definitely feels handle heavy. Oh, my bad. So we've got to come back on that bolster just a bit, just a hair. Let's see. Let's point. There we go. Balance point's just a hair behind the choil, and then the paring knife is extremely handle heavy, so the balance is between the first rivet. All right, we'll start with the paring knife. We've got a raised texture on the Nexus name. It's a 3.5-inch. Feels very comfortable in the hand in that sense. I really like the way it's very thin profile for that edge. Let's get to the chef's knife. Very good rock motion. It has a positive lockup by the heel. A little bit of space between the tip. So it is built for that nice belly rocking action. A little bit of bend and flex in it, so it's not completely stiff. Let's go ahead and get into tomato. So cut into this. Interesting. So far, so good. Very thin cuts. Cutting in, it doesn't seem like it's getting that much grip into the heel. I'm not getting very thin cuts on it. Butchering the tomato. It is, it doesn't feel like it's getting a lot of grip in there. We'll test that real quick. So the first cut through, a little bit of drag, nothing too major. First slices with the tip, very good. Okay, with the heel, it does cut. Okay, so it's not as sharp here, so maybe the ground isn't as clean. Obviously here, cuts down through. Again with that heel, just right here, we've got a little bit of an issue with the grind on that. Nothing you can't fix with the honing rod or sharpening steel. Okay, cutting into the tomato with the paring knife. Okay, so not applying too much force. It doesn't appear to have, let's see, we'll cut here. It will obviously cut through very cleanly, but cutting directly on the skin of a ripe tomato. Not getting a lot of positive cutting force here. And on the tip, same thing with the tip. Okay. Requires a lot more force. Not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that these knives are going to require a little bit of work, at least this set out of the box. Yeah, I'm having to put a little bit of force down there, but once I get through it, obviously it works like a knife would. When you get rid of the skin, it cuts through no problem. Again, I'm not going to be using a paring knife to cut on a board like this, not typically. I'm going to try to peel here, but yeah. I'm not going to peel a tomato either, but you can definitely see that the edge doesn't necessarily have that clean of a sharpening on it. So it's a good knife. I like the profile and the way it feels, but it looks like it's going to need a little bit of work, at least this one. Maybe if you pick up one, yours will be sharp out of the box, but not necessarily a game ender for me. So we'll go ahead and lop off the top. Let's go and cut it here. So typically, here we'll cut off the end and we'll see how it works. All right, I've done this in a while. Okay. So we're going to yeah, the profile feels really nice for what we're getting here. I really like the way that this profile is. Aside from peeling, I mean, it works. It doesn't have to necessarily be razor sharp, but you'll notice that whenever you're working with tomatoes, maybe trying to do a tomato rose or something, you might have an issue, and this thing will definitely need to be sharpened for that. In terms of just wish it had a little bit of a better edge out of factory. So with that being said, here is your first look at the Nexus new line from Cutlery and More. I'll leave the links in the description. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.